On the second floor of the Titan Student Union, there's a building less than a fourth of the size of a classroom. That building being the LGBTQ Resource Center for students. A lot of faculty and students do not even know about this center, but for many students that come here, they call it home. According to the CDC, the season actually starts in October. 5 to 20% of the entire population get the flu, and over 200,000 individuals a year are hospitalized as a result. When I say the number 94% of teachers approved a possible strike for the CFA to initiate, do you feel when I say that the teachers are getting compensated well enough from the universities?
I feel that teachers aren't getting compensated well enough. If 94% of teachers agree with this, it must mean that something is unfair. And that's why they want to go on the strike, to prove something that, like we're going to stand together until we get compensated right. Because 94%, imagine if 94% of teachers actually did go on strike.
As we heard from our students, reaction was in pretty favor of the teachers regarding the possible strike and the CFA. After all, the teachers are the ones that educate us and put us on our way to success. Sad, confusing, and weird are the words to describe the mood outside CSUF's Pollock Library today, a day after an indecent exposure incident happened late last night at 10:36 p.m. when it was reported to CSUF campus police. The event occurred on the third floor of the Pollock Library, where a 19 to 21-year-old Asian man was sitting in a cubicle, then turned around, looked at everyone, and performed the act of indecent exposure to several individuals, including one in particular.
I think the punishment should definitely be, first off, they shouldn't be allowed on campus anymore, and if they are, they should have to go through the police of some sort. I don't necessarily think they should be arrested. Definitely a citation of some sort, especially because if you get caught, let's say for example you get caught peeing in public or something like that, you have to file as a sex offender, and I've heard about stuff like that, so definitely some sort of heavy just citation of some sort, I guess. I was kind of annoyed actually, because this isn't the first time I've heard about this happening on campus, so it's kind of frustrating that it keeps happening again.
What would you have done in that situation if that happened?
Honestly, I probably would have cried, probably after, but at first I probably would have screamed and probably ran, not knowing what to do, just because I've never been in that kind of situation and I wouldn't really know how to handle it. Afterwards, I'd probably be really upset though that it happened to me.
If you have any information on the event, or especially were a witness, please give them a call or stop by the police department. Tuesday night, the Warriors traveled to Indiana to face off with the Pacers. With superstar forward Paul George back in his form, statistically the Pacers would be the toughest test so far for Golden State. On most nights, Steph Curry is the best on the floor, but it was his backcourt's buddy turn Tuesday. Klay Thompson? Splash. That was one of Thompson's 10 threes on the night, finishing with a monster 39-point game. Curry connects with Thompson again in the corner for another one of his 10 threes on the night. On the other side, women's basketball has had the opposite start, coming out of the gates with a sloppy 2-7 record. They have two crucial home games Thursday and Saturday right here at Titan Gym versus San Diego and Eastern Washington. Let's get out to the games and fill that student section. Back to you guys. The matchup intriguing with two opposites. The Astros, an organization without a World Series and regarded as baseball's worst team 2 years ago, has compiled young talent that can be consumed and blossom throughout the year to get to this game. On the other side, the Yankees, baseball's most successful franchise by far, holds a roster of aging veterans. Let's go to the game. Dallas Keuchel, arguably the most surprising breakout player in 2015, and Masahiro Tanaka, the ace for the Yankees. The home run ball was the Astros' friend on this night. Rasmus clobbers one off Tanaka, sending it all the way to upper deck and right field. Leading off in the top of the fourth, Carlos Gomez belts one deep into the seats, and the Astros go up 2-0 at this point. And that is all the run support Dallas Keuchel needed. Chris Young swinging, Brett Gardner looking. Keuchel pitched for contact as well, putting together a complete game gem, taking it all the way to the bottom of the ninth inning.
Up, down, and then when he did throw it down the middle, you're not expecting it because from the first inning on.
In the bottom of the ninth, Gregerson gets a chop grounder to Correa. Correa gobbles it up, throws to first base, and that's it. The Astros' magical ride continues as they win the wild card AL game and head to the ALDS for the 3-game series. Well, we're waiting for a live shot for one of our reporters there in Titan Gym as we speak. But the Cal State Fullerton basketball team is looking for their 5th straight win to go to 6-1 against Cal State Dominguez Hills. Luckily for the Titans, they did get to 5-1 last night, winning in a rout by 35 points. It's their biggest victory in the season with an 88-56 win. Right in between here, the Titan shops and the Titan Student Union on campus is the annual Holiday Craft Fair for Christmas gifts and perfect things to get for the family or friends. I'm here with Billy, one of the founders of this craft fair event annually here on campus. So Billy, how did you get started with this? How did it become about?
Well, we had several talented people on campus and we got together. They tried a show with commercial items and that didn't go too well. So we decided to bring on the artistic abilities of faculty, staff, and students. And it's turned into this. It's been about 18 years and I come to see all the people I miss in retirement.
Would you say you get a lot of business from this? A lot of people love to shop here?
They do when they find out about us. We don't get a lot of advertising, which is a shame because people don't find out until we're packing up on Thursday, and it's too late.
So here for 3 days, you have a lot of different materials. Where do you get the materials from?
Oh, I do this on the side anyway at craft shows, and I paint and get ideas that way. The Jan McCormick brings other people in, the students and stuff on campus, ask for advertising. Deb has been here for 8 years and she has beautiful jewelry. If I find someone out there in the craft industry that would fit and that's actually handmade, I bring them in.
We need to get the word out here at the Holiday Craft Fair on campus. Not a lot of people know about it. They don't know it's coming, studying for finals, but it's a great place, great items to get for your mom, for your dad, for friends, anyone in your close family. Reporting live here on campus at the Holiday Craft Fair, I'm Andrew Fortuna. Back to you guys. The Fullerton Fire Department just rolled on campus here outside of McCarthy Hall. We don't know the extent of any injuries or where the fire might lay, but we will have all the details for you once we get them. Back to you guys. Cal State Fullerton is doing its part in the race to save water during this tremendously long drought here in California. They've stopped watering some of the areas around the campus, including the areas around the library and student union. They put up signs and posters with the hashtag #TitanSaveWater. Only one game was on the schedule for Labor Day, but it was an absolute dandy. The Ohio State Buckeyes, the defending national champions and preseason #1 team, headed to Blacksburg, Virginia to face off against the Virginia Tech Hokies and the only team to beat them last year. Before the game, both teams with stickers of the Channel 7 honoring the journalists Addison Parker and Adam Ward who lost their lives on the morning of August 26th. We head to the second quarter. The Hokies punter punts it away. Elliott, the returner, under it. It goes through his arms and the opponent's special teams of Frank Beamer's unit grab on it. After the turnover, Brewer on the 1-yard line, play action and finds his wide open tight end. The Hokies head to the half up 17-14. First drive of the second half, Cardale Jones of Ohio State rolls right and finds just converted wide receiver Braxton Miller down the sideline as he slips a tackle and tight ropes the sideline for a 54-yard touchdown